Hey, Miles Beckler here, and in this video, we're going to look at some examples, some current examples and kind of historical examples of opt-in pages that have absolutely crushed it. I mean, generated literally thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, possibly millions of email list subscribers and tens upon tens upon tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue. So it's all readily available here on the World Wide Web. Since the previous video was the super simple affiliate funnel, which starts with the opt-in page, that's exactly what we're going to jump into here, and we're going to look at some really successful examples. Now, I might say squeeze page, I might say landing page, or opt-in page. I use them all kind of universally. To me, they all mean the same thing. They can have some slight differences, but if you hear me use any of those, just know I mean opt-in pages. So let me move myself out of the way and let's jump right in. So we're going to start with an oldie but a goodie, if you will. And I pulled this up from archive.org looking back at the past. Now, this squeeze page is from, I believe, 2004. And essentially, this was the Double Your Dating squeeze page, which was by David D'Angelo, who was actually Eben Pagan. And Eben Pagan used a ghost name, and essentially he generated a business that created something like $20 million with this being the very top of their funnel. So what he was giving away, let's actually look into it. I mean, first of all, extremely simple, right? White on white, a box around it. It's got a headline. Inside you'll learn about 6 bullet points and then the call to action. Incredibly simple, and he's offering something that's really, really simple, the KISS test. You know, the page that followed this after you opted in was incredibly short. I mean, it was literally like less than a one page is what he was giving away here. And as I said, the Double Your Dating empire, I think it may have gone on to generate over $100 million in revenue in its day and age. And it's really what launched Eben Pagan into like kind of the elite class of internet marketing professionals. Really simple is what we're going with. Now, this is an old one, okay? So this is something from history. So you might be thinking, well, are the newer ones looking the same? And this is from the Motley Fool. And this is a currently running opt-in page right here. And the Motley Fool, if you're not familiar with it, is a financial newsletter. I believe they've been around since the 90s, and they've adapted really well to the web. They employ something like 300 people. I mean, this is a major multi-million-dollar business, and this is their current opt-in page. You'll notice it's really, really simple, right? It's got their brand up top. It's got a headline that says a very specific amount of time. It's got a fear of missing out in here. And then it just notifies you of 3 different opportunities you've already missed because you weren't a part of this. And essentially, it's just you enter your email address and you click there. I mean, even the button, like it all looks like Web 1997, really, but you got to understand how big and powerful and good at marketing this company is. This is what they're currently running. They're testing this. They're measuring their results with this, and this is the top of their funnel. So I'm really trying to help you understand that you can keep it very simple. You don't need to make something fancy. You don't need a ton of copy. This is really, really simple, and this is working really well for them. Let's go to the next one. So this next one is Mike Dillard, and I've studied under Mike Dillard for quite some time, from his older book, Magnetic Sponsoring, up to his current courses. He even featured me and used us as a mini case study in, I believe, in this webinar, in one of his most recent webinars. So I've been studying this guy for a long time. I know for a fact he's generated $50 million online, and I know he has hundreds of thousands of email list subscribers that he can mail. That's his audience, and it's amazing the power of that. So really, ultimately, I want you to look at this again. So big image on the right. Now he's got himself as the image here, and he's kind of like earned his right to do that in many senses. And then you have a free training session, so you know what you're going to get. Here in quotes is exactly what you're going to get, and this is when you're going to get it. Now this has a little extra technology that I personally like, which is what I call a click pop. So when I clicked on that, it brings up this opt-in page where it gets me to register. Now, if you've read Cialdini's book Influence, you'll understand what a micro commitment is. If you haven't, it's a great book. You might want to read You might want to read Cialdini's book. It's Influence, excuse me, my brain just stopped for a second. But essentially, what happens is by me saying, okay, reserve my seat, and I click, I've now taken a micro commitment. And what that does is it actually increases the likelihood of me entering my details and taking the next step. Just that simple engagement. This I call a click pop, and this is how I run most of my opt-in pages, and I'm constantly testing. I know he does a lot of testing on his headlines, on his layout, etc. And again, you'll see white on white, super simple. The one additional thing he has here is the like and share, which adds a little bit of social proof, which just shows 35,000 people like this. So really, ultimately, again, I mean, this is currently what he's running. It's really, really simple, and it's working like gangbusters for him. So this one right here, this is by Ryan Deiss. If you're not familiar with who Ryan Deiss is, he's either the owner or he's a co-owner with Perry Belcher of digitalmarketer.com. Now, I've been to his live events. I've studied his training for quite a while. This dude is on point, and he's all about quant, right? He's all about numbers. They track, they test, they track, they test. They're some of the most aggressive marketers online, and they're incredibly aggressive with how much they test and they track. This is one of their opt-in pages that they're running right now. I can't even scroll down. It all loads on the page, above the fold, as we call it, which means there's no scrolling to be done. We've got read this free report, how to, here's exactly what you're going to learn in the free report, and then enter your email address and get it with a picture of the book. I mean, could it get more simple than this? Maybe. Now, if you're promoting a video, sometimes what I've done is I use a picture here that looks like a video. It's even got a play button inside of it, but it's not actually a video. When they click, it does the click pop that we saw on Mike Dillard's squeeze page on the one before. Just kind of throwing it out, since on the last video we talked about using a free video as the item that you're giving away. But I mean, this is what, like 12 words, a button, and an image. Then this is all just kind of like legal jargon down here. Really simple. Again, I know they're testing this. I know they're testing this at a rapid rate, and I know that this is probably either the best thing they've got going, or it's a test against that. And either way, it is scientifically specifically what they want to be showing right now. So again, super simple. Next one, this is Eben Pagan, and this is kind of like one of Eben Pagan's newest online businesses that he's launching. Eben Pagan is the guy behind the Dating Your Dollars. He now runs an incredibly large multimedia company, and this is his opt-in page. You'll notice this one has a background image, and then it's got free training, so it tells you what you're going to get. It tells you what the training is, which has the benefit built in it to build a successful, profitable virtual business. So I know it's going to be virtual and it's going to be successful and profitable. And then down below, enter your email, get instant access. Just incredibly simple. And then lastly, this is Product Launch Formula. And this is Jeff Walker. This is an incredibly successful website. It's an incredibly successful information product. And I know for a fact, again, this is the top of his funnel. This is his squeeze page or opt-in page. So free, the one critical strategy behind the most successful product launches. So he's got a little bit more curiosity, right? The one critical strategy. Well, what is that? I got to know. I'm about to launch. If I'm about to launch a product, I need to know what this one critical strategy is. And you'll see he's got the click pop system where I click and it'll actually pop up the opt-in to give me access to gain the product. I'm wondering if my pop-up blocker, I do have a pop-up blocker running. So I'm actually currently blocking the pop-up on this. I apologize for not being able to show that, but it would load another page that has the option to enter my name and email address, and it would reinforce the headline of what I'm going to get. And it's also a lead pages page, which makes sense that it's broken. Lead pages is constantly broken. It's full of bugs. It let me down time and time again. So stay away from lead pages. And if you're needing a system to build these, since I've said what to stay away from, I highly recommend that you use WordPress and Thrive themes or ClickFunnels. Now, both of these are available. If you just click on the resource link below, I'll take you into the resources to where you can get access to either of those products. If you're familiar with WordPress and you're comfortable with WordPress, definitely go with the Thrive themes. It's a very simple theme with a great landing page builder. If you are not tech savvy and you're really mostly just wanting to get going quick with drag and drop, ClickFunnels is a fantastic option. If you have coding skills, if you can write in HTML, you could make any of these. I mean, in HTML, this would take minutes, possibly. So that's it. That's what I wanted to show you in this video, because what I've seen a lot of people do is get really hung up on trying to make it perfect and trying to make it beautiful and really trying to make it overly professional. And what I've shown you here is 6 different landing pages or opt-in pages from incredibly successful people. Ryan Deiss's goal right now is to make $1 billion company, $1 billion a year company from his internet marketing company. I know for a fact Evan Pagan's somewhere around the $100 million mark in his life, in his revenue. Mike Dillard, like I said, has done $50 million. I know Jeff Walker's product launch formula has brought in at least $4 or $5 million, probably in the $10+ million range. And you've seen it right here. This is, I mean, these are the top of the funnel for these guys. Like, really, look how simple these are. One more time. Like, Motley Fool is an incredibly large business. You know, Mike Dillard's crushing it online. These are simple. So when you're creating your opt-in page, keep it simple. It's more about the wording that you choose. It's more about the headline. It's more about the hook. And it's more about the offer. And you need to make sure that your offer matches the desires of your customer avatar, which we've covered before. So I'm going to wrap it up here. Again, my name is Miles Beckler. I thank you very much for your time. I do appreciate it. Leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think, or if any of those opt-in pages, if you think any of those are better than the others, which one you like best, let me know. And also subscribe. Click the subscribe button above so you can get access to my newest videos when they're released, because I'm going to keep dropping these internet marketing knowledge bombs to help you grow your business online. Thank you very much for your time, and have a great afternoon.